ask the psychologist?
No. No. The psychiatrist that I'm seeing tells me that there's no ways to go.
John, you talk about going into these crazy environments all the time, and your teams, it's been this way for your teams for a little while. How hard is it to do that maybe twice in a week to get back up after you had to deal with it?
One thing I do know, you cannot ask these guys to charge mountains every game. And I don't. We approach every game like it's the same. Because if you want to try to win them all, you can't be like, this is the one, and then you're going to lose to a team you're not supposed to lose to. So we try to approach it the same exact way every time we go after it. And but this one, you know, they'll know. They know and they read. The biggest difference, and when I was at Massachusetts and even early on at Memphis, there wasn't this much information out there. They couldn't read all the stuff that they read and see and hear. It's just, you know, it's just different. And so you're dealing with that, where you're telling them they got to wall it all out and just play ball and try to get better.
John, after the last 8 minutes of that game, there were 10 calls against Mississippi State, none against Kentucky. How much do you feel like there's an inherent advantage for Kentucky being Kentucky?
That's what it was? There were 10 fouls against us?
10 against that were called on Mississippi.
Well, they fouled.
None.
I mean, if you watch the tape, they fouled. And we're one of the leading teams in the country not fouling. Now, you could say, well, that call could have gone one way or another, but if you watched all the calls, they were the right calls. The only one that could be a question was, did John Wall, and I didn't even watch it, my staff said John Wall's block was the goaltender a block. John Robick swears it was a block. Now, anybody from Mississippi State is going to swear what? And on a lie detector pass, that was a goaltender. That it hit. I mean, that's how it is. But when you watch the charge, you watch the block, they were the right calls. If you foul, Patterson was a block all the way. The kid slid so bad that he couldn't call anything else. If you watch it on the tape. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I saw it in person, I thought, wow, that could have been a charge. And then I watched it on the tape. There's no way. That was a block. It was a good call. But you know what? Over a season, you're going to get some calls. You're not going to get some calls. How about at South Carolina, those goaltends that they did not call? Well, we could have won that game. I didn't say one word about it. I didn't. It's just they were goaltends, and I knew they were goaltends. What are you doing? The one came out, was not a goaltend. The other was in the cylinder, was a goaltend, no call. It's 4 points. You go over. Let me say this: you are what your record says you are. Bottom line, Bill Parcells at his best. You want to, how about this one? You are what your stats say you are. I can really shoot. No, you're shooting 12%, my son. You're not. You are what your stats say you are.
But when you guys were 10-0, you were telling us you were 5-5.
That's different.
I figured it was.
So what's your record? What's your record now?
I don't know. What is our record?
25-1.
But I'll tell you this. How many, you know, we're all smiling. We march on to the next one. But have been games this year. I mean, we're just hanging in there. And we're still learning. The good news is when you look at them, a lot of the cases of us, we did it to ourselves to let the other team in the game. And then we end up winning at the end. But we did stuff to ourselves. And it's all being that young. So let me say this. I'm happy what our record is. And I also know how hard a game this is going to be up there. And there's no illusion of we're going to walk in and beat somebody by 20. You just hope you can go in there and have a team that will respond in an environment where they're out there by themselves. And a unique thing for all these guys. So, all right, thanks.